right here.
Shamik's been injured, and he hadn't really been out there since we've gotten in the pad. So
When do you expect him back?
I'm not sure. Got to be a decision for Clinton, the medical staff.
What's the injury?
He had a concussion.
How disappointing is that for you and for him, a guy who had been making progress?
When injuries are part of the game, you just got to go with the next guy. So when we get him back, we'll get him in there.
Lance Willis said that you guys were real thin up front, and at least in terms of experience. How do you like the younger guys behind your supposed starters?
Well, we've got the three guys up front that are seniors: Taylor, Dante, and Uric. And been pleased with Kobe Smith. Kobe's made some really good progress. Kier, having played a little bit last year, but other than that, everybody's a first or second year player. So it's a unique position, and they're gonna have to come on.
A lot of the players the other day were talking up Stallworth and saying he was really impressive.
Taylor, without doubt, is our one guy that's a special guy, SEC, top level player, and he needs to play really well for us. He needs to play well for us and play a lot for us.
What has he improved on?
He's just gotten his. Last year he had the pec, he had the shoulder. This year I think he's more healthy, and he's a smart guy. He's a strong fellow. Got good feet, plays with good pad level, plays square line of scrimmage, and he's just an all-around pretty solid guy.
In terms of a pass rush, Lance, do you want it to come from your four guys up front, or will it have to come from some of the linebackers too?
Well, defensively, schematically, there's a couple ways you can do it, like you said, but I think with adding with Bryson and DJ Warnham coming back, Mike's done a great job with both of those guys. That they're more athletic, and then maybe on third down we need to get to a point where we put some bigger guys in the game, and some of that's dictated by the style of offense with the pace stuff, but we definitely need to get speed on the field on third down and get off the field.
Is there a preference for playing those guys with their hand in the dirt or playing stand-up? Do you have a personal way that you want to do it?
Well, really, you just let the kids do what they're most comfortable at and what they can operate at a high level with.
Who are the guys who have popped pass rush-wise besides Dennis and Bryson this fall that you maybe have seen in a day or two?
Taylor and Dante, pretty much, they're the other two guys that we worked with. We're trying to bring Kier along inside, but they're just continuing to work on it. D-line's a developmental position. I remember in the good old days, if you had a D-lineman that played 2 years in a 5-year career and were successful as a player, you're happy, but we don't have that luxury. So,
What are you seeing from Kinlaw?
He's just a big guy, big body, hard to move when he plays low. We need to get him in shape. He's learning the game. He's really young in ball, but he's got a really good attitude about it. Obviously conditioning's a part of it, but we're going to bring him around slow. We don't have any expectations for him. We're not going to put him in a pressure situation. We're really patient with him, work him hard, and let him come along at his pace.
Do you think he could be a guy that will produce for you this year, or is it?
What's that now? I'm sorry.
Do you think Javon will be a guy that can produce this year, or will it be further down the road?
Well, when you say production, I'm saying we just got a guy that'll play a 3 technique and not get bounced out on a power play. I'd be happy. I can tell you one thing: we're not going to play a 260-pound freshman in there.
How much did you miss size last year, and
A lot.
how big a deal is that? And have you made progress other than Kinlaw with just?
Well,
more
that's why we signed Kinlaw. And the biggest thing is you don't play that many two-back run teams, direct run teams, gap scheme guys. But when you do, you got to have a guy you can put in there and anchor and have some girth. And I think collectively, overall on defense, we got the 8 seniors, and we're a year into the program, and they understand the expectations. They understand the way we want to do things. We just got to continue to work every day and just try to develop everybody and get better every day.
What has Aaron Sterling showed you guys here in the early going of camp?
Aaron Sterling has been a really pleasant surprise, a little bit like DJ was last year. Very instinctive, great attitude, works hard, super kid. Really excited about Aaron.
And how about Brad Johnson?
Brad, same thing. That Mike works with him, doing a really good job with him. But body quick, twitch, stuff that we lacked. So we're happy about those two guys.
Do you think you're better up front at this stage compared to a year ago?
I think we're more athletic. Time will tell on if you're better or not. I think in this game you don't make predictions. You just go to work and then play the game one play at a time. See what you got to do.
Will said Aaron had a pretty good chance to play this season. What does someone have to kind of show you in fall camp as a true freshman to kind of get that designation?
With the numbers we've got, you just got to be a football player a little bit. He's a football player, and he's picked up the scheme, and he's a hard worker, and he's got a skill set that you can work around and do some things with. And, he's making progress.
Lance, considering the depth, how do you draw the line in practice between being as physical as possible and trying to keep everybody healthy?
That's a really good question, and that's a trick we're having to maneuver right now carefully.
What kind of things do you do?
You just got to be careful. You got to be smart with the way you practice, which Champ gives us everything we need. And at the same time, you got to know when to pull back on some of the guys that, that have figured it out and get the other guys a chance to get better.
Is Kier going to bounce inside and outside, or do you have him at one spot?
Well, right now we've got him at defensive end, but he's got the experience from last year, and then based on necessity, what happens. He's a guy that has the versatility and has he has the maturity to learn both of them, which would be tremendously valuable for us, being as thin as we are.
Kind of where you are personnel-wise.
How's he changed this year from last year? What's different about him?
I think he's matured a little bit, in terms of just handling his business the right way. I mean, he still has moments like any second-year player would, but he's working hard. He's a tough guy. He's done a good job in the weight room this summer, and just got to keep working on his techniques and working on the intangibles that make good players.
Considering how you feel about your personnel up front, you kind of feel like you're still coaching with an arm behind your back here because you don't have the depth and you don't have the personnel yet to go to battle?
I don't look at it like that. I look at it as, hey, the guys we got are the guys we got, and we're going to do the best job we can with them, and those guys are going to be ready, and they're going to do the best job they can do. We don't make excuses for anything.
In terms of Jones, Lance, just how good is it to have him? He had that flirtation with tight end when he first came in and maybe had struggled to get on the field. How's he looking? How good is it to have a guy like that?
Urich's kind of a unsung guy for us. He's a big body guy, A-gap rusher for us. And, I kid with him all the time. I say, hey, man, who would ever thought that you were a third-team offensive lineman tight end when we got here? Started 9 or 10 games last year, I reckon, for us. But he's got his role. He needs to embrace that, continue to improve, and he needs to do a heck of a job for us.